Growing up in a home that had many pictures of relatives and family members who were killed in the Holocaust had a pretty searing impact as a child. You know, you realize you go see other families and they've got 50 relatives and 50 cousins and they're celebrating, and then you go to your family gatherings and you see a very small group and you ask your parents, why is that? Why do we have so few cousins? And then they point to tables in your living room and you say, well, your great-grandparents were killed in the Holocaust, and your grandfather's siblings were all killed in the Holocaust, and this is who they are. And you see those pictures and you realize as a kid that that's your burden. So that has a pretty powerful impact. I think another powerful impact, my father, who just moved to Israel with my mom, they made Aliyah a little bit later in life, passed along a tradition that my father inherited from his father. My grandfather, alav shalom, was a Zionist. He was a passionate Zionist, and we have pictures. My favorite picture in the family was actually a picture of all these chalutzim, these pioneers who were dressed in work clothes, laborers' clothes to plow and learn agriculture. And my grandfather was the only one in a suit. It's probably why I have a penchant for suits. And he's the one standing. He was the treasurer of this organization that arranged fictitious marriages for people so they could get visas and permissions to go to Palestine and work the land. And this was done from Poland, from Białystok in Poland. And he was one of the leaders of this organization. He was sent by his family, unfortunately, to America instead of in Israel to help rescue the family. And he came to America's shores and got a job in the 1930s to try to raise funds to get his family out. You can only imagine the sense of devastation he lived with for the rest of his life, knowing that he was not able to do that, and that his parents perished, and that his sisters perished, and that his entire family was killed, and he was basically left here alone to grow a family. That's a pretty powerful message, and he dedicated his life to involvement in Jewish causes, UJA and others. He was the president of his synagogue. And so you look at people like that and you recognize that you come from somebody who recognized his responsibility and his role. And my grandfather, Samuel Borovitch, was someone like that, who really dedicated his time. He would speak Hebrew to me as a kid. And I know one of his proud moments was seeing his grandson serve in the Israel Defense Forces, something that he had never done and he'd always wanted to do. So he died in Israel. He had moved to Israel later in life. And I know that was something that he was proud of.